Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to continue Bandit series on the OverTheWire platform. The level I'm going to do will be level 15. Here is description for this level. The password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to this port number 30,000 on localhost. So I think what we have to do next is to connect to this port number. Secondly, we need to submit or we need to send the password of the current level to this port number or to this target. Okay, and I will demonstrate 3 approaches. And one of them, I think most important would be Python. I will use Python to do this level. And also, I'd like to share one problem. You know, this piece of Python program is not very complicated, very easy. But possibly you will have one sort of a problem. So I'd like to take this opportunity to share this problem and how to fix the problem. Okay, before we go ahead, however, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave thumbs up. As you know, this will help me with YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. I'd like to copy the password of the current level, and then we can SSH to the target. As before, we have to explicitly specify this port number by this option -P. And we can hit enter, and it's asking us to supply the password for the current user, Bandit 14. No problem. We can paste from clipboard and then hit enter. Now we are in the target machine. We can press keys Control Shift and L at the same time on the keyboard. Then we can get bigger space on the screen. Next, we can run command ls and with option of ALH to display directory content. And you know, nothing here. However, we have been told that we need to connect to the port number 30,000 to get the password. So we can use different ways. The most, I think the most common way is to use Netcat. You know, Netcat is almost installed in every Linux distribution. Okay, Netcat, and we can follow by the IP address or the host name of the target. We can use localhost or we can use the local IP address. This doesn't matter, and we need to specify the port number to connect it to. This time, Netcat, as you know, Netcat can act both as a server or client. Here, will be acting as client. 30,000. Okay, now we can press enter, and nothing returned, right? So, this is the simple, the communication between this client and the server. The server is running on the port number 30,000. In other words, the application which is running on the 30,000 doesn't provide very many functions. So we just simply submit the password, and then we can press enter, and then we can get the password for the next level. Very easy. Okay. Next, if you want to disconnect from the this port number or target, we can press keys Control and C. Okay. Next, alternatively we can use Telnet, and followed by the host name or IP address. This time, I'd like to use localhost, and 30,000. Press enter, and we can paste password from clipboard, hit enter. As you can see, we get the same result, okay? And we do not need to disconnect. If we use Telnet, the collection will be automatically closed by the target or foreign host, okay? So, so far I have already demonstrated two simple commands or ways to retrieve the password for the next level. Next, I'd like to use Python. Just I mentioned over and over, Python is so fantastic programming language. So how to do? Maybe I will use I open up PyCharm on Linux, because PyCharm can automatically identify the errors when we do some sort of coding, okay? The module I have to import is socket. And next, we can create the instance or object for the socket. So we can limit like a client socket and socket. And we need to specify the address family socket. We need to use the IPv4. And also we need to use TCP as transmission protocol or transport protocol, SOC stream. And also I'd like to set the timeout if there is any problem, and the collection or the socket would be timeout, for example, like for 1 second. Next, we need to connect it to the target. This case, of course, we need to pass a tuple, okay? A very important point when you use the socket. And we can use the local host, and the second item or element in this tuple would be port number. And this port number should be integer rather than string, okay? Yeah, it's correct. So now we can send the message to this port number by the send method of this object client send, because we are using Python 3. So the message should, or the data should be encoded before sending, okay? So now we can copy the password of the current level, and then we can use, this is string, we can use encode method. You know, string objects can have encode method, and we can define the encoding way, UTF-8. All right, and then we can receive data. We can data client and receive method, and we need to pass the buffer. Normally we can put it to 1025, and that this time here at this point the data is encoded. To print out as a text or string, we can use decode method. So again, UTF-8. Oh, sorry. And then we can print something like done. And then we can close this socket. Okay, because our local machine Linux is in the internal network, so we cannot set up the web server on the Linux and transfer this file to the Bandit server. This is not reachable. So we need to how to get this code executed on the target. We can copy, and then we can go back. We need to set up the temp directory. Maybe we can copy from here and paste. And we can use the nano or the vim test And then we can copy from PyCharm editor, code editor, and paste in here. Now we can write and quit. And then we can run Python because Python 2 is not running or is not installed on the Bandit server. You can use the switch command to confirm. So Python 3 is available on the Bandit server. And then next we can run Python test. And as you can see, we got the error of timeout error. So this is how I'm going to demonstrate how to solve the problem. Just now, it looks fine, right? Everything is good. However, we got the error. Okay? So the problem is I forgot to send the enter. Okay? It means that this information is not actually sent to the port number. Okay? So now we can just to solve the problem, we just put the n, the black backslash and n. This means enter key on the keyboard. Okay, now we can, we can use vim test, and we put in. Okay, so now that's all. We can write a quit, and now we can run the kit again, and run the script again. Sorry, my bad. We can press enter. It's done, but nothing returned. Very weird. Oh, sorry, we forgot to print this data. What I'm doing. Anyway, now we can print data. That's all. And I think this time we can get what we want. Okay. As you can see, we successfully got the password for the next level. All right, that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.